everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green on Friday. So to be honest, I haven't looked at any of the data coming out for this week or any of the earnings coming out for this week. We do have Christmas, so I want to try to get this video out today. Not looking to interrupt anybody's Christmas time. Please spend that time with your family. But we do have to do our little weekly review and go over some charts. Like I say, we're expecting a pretty slow week. This week's normally grind up. For if we do continue to see our Santa Claus rally, a lot of times we're not seeing huge moves, just low volume grind to the upside. We are still, I can't stress this enough, going into this election year, is a super bullish cycle, and we can see we can actually feel the market changing. You can feel it in the air, and of course there's a lot of people thinking, all-time highs, the market's got to go down. This market is full of anticipation and excitement. And if you've been with me from the beginning, 2.5 years ago, one of the first things that I told everybody was we'd learn to use everybody's FOMO against them. So that excitement and that anticipation that everybody's feeling, that's dopamine running. So we learn to control our dopamine so we can take advantage of other traders when they make mistakes due to their dopamine. And we just don't have to make it any harder than that. So let's just get into the charts, and as we go through the charts, we'll talk about some more mental aspects of the market, and plus, of course, price action. You see the put to call ratio did working its way back into the bullish zone here at 87, doing exactly what we expected. Trending down. These trending moves, as you can see from past moves, they just don't happen overnight, but we are getting in a better area, and we can feel it in our options and the way our options move. Like I say, you can feel it in the air. And I'm not even talking if the market doesn't even go up like as expected. The market is changing. So the liquidity within the market, the options market, feels like it is getting better. This is helping our strikes move. Not every single move has been speeded up, but we are seeing signs of a improvement on some of these moves. Like as choppy as the market's been, for example, Friday, it did provide some very nice trades if you were paying attention to the chart and were able to catch them. Very nice moves happening in the market right now. Even the smaller moves are still paying big. Some of our members are pulling really big profits out of the market daily with very small accounts. And there's reasons that they're keeping their accounts small because they're still working on emotions. Most people think that, unfortunately, you need more trades to make money in the market. The fact is, you just got to learn to take the better trades. And after you learn to take the better trades, you get rewarded very nicely for taking those trades. You actually don't want to take the other trades because you want to go with the trades that are extremely awarding for you. Like I say, the dopamine releases a reward system in the body, and trading SPX like we traded is very rewarding if you're on the right side, and that actually helps keep you away from wanting to trade other things. So oscillators here for the NASDAQ 199. 127 on New York Stock Exchange. So NASDAQ's getting a little warm. They're both a little warm, but we still got plenty of room to move in either direction if the market wants to go. SPX pushing up. Basically wicked up here and hit our target. We are still expecting to get up there and try to hit all-time highs. We can pull back. This week we could open up and we could work on pulling back for a flag back into the 9. And if it does that, I'm still expecting the market to go higher. Just because it pulls in for a week or 2 or 3 doesn't mean the market's not going to eventually go higher. We are expecting small caps to take over the lead here going into the new year as well. SPX daily. With our breadth chart, you can see we did close positive Friday at 963. US dollar, H-cell pattern breaking lower there. It's a really good look for the dollar. Not that we ever want the dollar to crash, but the dollar coming in, continuing to come in, is going to continue to take pressure off the market. The VIX trying to come in here, a very evening starish, got a very shooting starish candle there. That was a nice pop on the VIX, coming back in, see how we do act when we come in for the flag. Remember, flags don't have to be these perfect drawn patterns. any trend coming back into the anytime we got price action pulling back into the prevailing trend, that's a flag. Doesn't have to have a very nice particular pattern. All right, crude. I'm not crazy about those moving averages yet. Want to see that 9 change character to continue higher, but crude, we do have a bull flag here, flagging back into the moving average. You can see we're moving up off the lows, and we're trying to flag back into the actual trend. Watching the MACD there. MACD looks very decent so far. I want to see some money come back in. Apple held the 20 on Friday. I'm bullish on Apple. If and when we cross back over that flag line, we could pull all the way back down to here and we push back up and take that flag out. I'm bullish on Apple again. And if we do that, we'll be looking for the reversal. We do need to clear that flag line to go higher there on Apple, and that's Apple's daily. Apple 15-minute time frame, you can see the move down on Friday. Gold did have a move higher on Friday with a high closed candle breaking out of this little contraction area here. If we were to draw a box around it, it's not really a contraction area, but held in well up there waiting on the 9 to get turned up, become higher. Target right now is just range high. We clear this range high, we're looking for a move higher. This chart tells us the number of stocks that are trading above the 50 and the 200 daily moving average in the New York Stock Exchange and the S&P 500. You can see the New York Stock Exchange, the amount of 72% of stocks are trading above the 200 and 85% of stocks are trading above their 50. And down here for the S&P 500, that was the New York Stock Exchange. Down here for the S&P 500, we got the 76% is above their 200-day and 90% above their 50-day. So great participation coming into the markets there. Now, as you can see, when we get up here, we have a tendency to come up here, play around this area, and then start to pull back. So, should we be looking for a pullback coming into the new year? As I have said, I do believe some of the bigger names and some of the larger caps may start to pull back after the first week. Got some window dressing, some rotations most likely going to be happening going into the first year or going into the new year. And then we'll probably see them pull back, put in a little base, not crash or anything like that, but seeing small caps take over to try to help hold the market up. But stocks do look great up here, but you can see when we do get up here, we do have a tendency to see a little bit of a pullback on those percentage numbers. And if those percentage numbers are pulling back, that tells us there's a large amount of stocks pulling back in the market as well. Still think the markets are going to hold up well here, and if we're wrong, that's fine. We're still going to make money in the markets. SPX. Or should say the advanced decline lines for the New York Stock Exchange, the SPX, and then small and mid caps from the S&P 500. You can see we turned up. Great participation in the markets on Friday. Airbnb, we do have this not evening star. Using the blended candle method here, you can use put those 3 candles together. Even just those 2 candles, this gives you a tower top. That candle right there did confirm the tower top for a move lower. Unfortunately, the price action pattern saying they do have a buy signal there, but or a sell signal there, a signal to go short. So we do have to look at the chart sometimes and see whether we want to take that signal or not. In this case, I can still see, still below the 9, don't get me wrong, but we're still above this 20. I can see this thing wanting to roll over and go higher. If you take a look at the Bitcoin chart, which we will here in a minute, I can see the same thing possibly happening that Bitcoin's doing right now. So I'm not quick to go short on Airbnb yet. I'm not really quick to go short on anything. I want to see some better signals in the market for anything short. AMD, Friday moving lower. Nice move down with a small recovery there at the end of the day. Amazon, we have another bull flag here, and this is Amazon's daily chart, flagging back into the prevailing trend, flagging into that 9 on the daily. ARK, I like this better when we do get a higher closing candle to get up above that candle range, but nice pullback to the 9, trying to recover, trying to go higher. Chart does look like it wants to go higher. We still need a higher closing candle. ARM, this one looks really great. We did get up here and take out this all-time high and put in another little H buy pattern. This has been confirmed, which tells us this chart's most likely going to go higher. Now, sure, it may want to pull back into that 9 one more time before going higher. See, this is what really gets us, because you can FOMO in here, depending on how you're trading, All right, so I trade short-term options. I can't really FOMO in here, but depending on how you're trading, the pullback that you could be expecting. Sometimes everybody's expecting a 3 to 5% pullback, and the market's just not going to give it. So it does depend on how you're trading and how you're positioning of when you're really looking to enter here. You could start to add, if you're adding like a small position, you could add one contract or, just for an example, one share, and then look for that pullback and then add again. For me, it's all about the movement of what I could see on the intraday charts. In this case, because we have confirmed and we are moving higher. So it would be watching the intraday charts. If a pullback to that 9 would definitely be a viable dip. Avgo last week, not as strong. Avgo had a huge week for the previous week, inside week this week, and that's really kind of what we would expect there. An Avgo daily, beautiful flag here right on this daily 9. So looking for a flag break to go higher if this one does want to go higher. The angle of the 9 still looks good up there. The MACD looks good. The money was flowing. Actually, I'm sorry, this is the RSI. You see the RSI still holding in well for relative strength. Like to see that flag line breached. So on your daily time frame, if you're trading this, you can draw this on your daily time frame. If you're an intraday trader, let something like maybe on the 5-minute time frame, look for a 5-minute confirmation. After you draw your flag on your daily, look for a 5-minute confirmation over that line on your 5-minute chart. Maybe look for something like that for a move up to the range high. For a day trade, for a swing trader, you're looking for a candle to close above that area, and then you're looking for the next previous day's your entry. So if Tuesday's candle closes right here, we're closed Monday. If Tuesday's candle closes right here, you don't look to take the trade until Wednesday. When you see that Wednesday's candle move up above your Tuesday candle for your confirmation, range high needs to be cleared to go higher. You conservative traders just simply going to wait for a close above that range high to go higher. Those traders who are looking to sit in stuff without less resistance or less struggles. AMD, looking for a close above. You can see the volume profile up here, very nice flag. 9 starting to change character. This looks like this could come either way, pull back either way. We need a higher closing candle, closing above Friday's gap up and pull back there. Just a little gap up candle and pull back. We do need to see a candle close above that for a trending trade type higher. The MACD or Bollinger Bands are changing character up there. The Discord knows what I mean when I say that. A very good chance that it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. AMD doesn't mean we're going on a pullback, but not ready yet. So we do have a doji up here, very indecision candle. We still holding, and this is AMD's weekly. We're still outside of that weekly BB. So see where that weekly BB is, your weekly Bollinger Bands. All your Bollinger Bands can act as support / resistance levels. I take trades off from them all the time. It doesn't make any sense to you, I'm sorry. Some of the stuff that we do probably doesn't make sense to other traders. Matter of fact, I know it doesn't, some of the stuff we talk about, but that's okay. What we do works. I can't say it's enough. You got 99% of traders fail who want to learn to trade, but you got 99% of traders doing the same thing. Kind of stacking the deck against you there. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just the way that I see it. We do things a little bit differently. So Amazon, you can see this, very funky inverted head and shoulders with a very small shoulder, cup, little handle here. Either way, it's breaking out. Higher close candle last week. Amazon looks like it wants to go higher. Got some heavy volume coming up on the volume profile. Could see a move up into that 160 area and then pull back, look for a flag if we can continue higher from here. Apple weekly candle, we did close a little bearish Arami, low close candle. Boeing flagging here. We did gap out of that contraction pattern and got pulled back into it. Watching the 9. This one may be this. We took out the target. Actually set a target above that area and took that target out too. So this may be getting ready for a pullback. It's been a great run up here, and I don't mean, all right, please listen, I don't mean when I say pullback, it's coming down here. Just could want to break below the 9, roll the 9 over, and do what we call the goose head with the moving averages while it's putting in a base to go higher. BBY still flagging there, looking for a flag break. Big lots lost a 9. This one may want to roll over and do the goose head thing before going higher. BRKB, that one's just a struggle. could have took that off the chart this week. So Boeing. So if you think back to the Airbnb, you had this pretty much the same little tower top there. Look at your moving averages. Look at your goose head right there. This is why we weren't so quick to go short on Bitcoin. Now we still need this close above because this can quickly turn to a M pattern and roll right over with a double top. But right now the moving averages are suggesting we are going to go higher. Not crazy about that little drowning goose going on there with the moving average. It's like we could be looking at an M pattern, but right now this is why I don't want to be so quick to go short on Airbnb, because you can get the same exact setup, reclaim your 9, try to go higher. We do got to take that level out up there to go higher. The 9 and the 20 are coming up nicely. Cracker Barrel, this is a nice chart. It's trading within a trading range. So what do we know about trading ranges? We know we can take trades within a trading range, but we never try to guess the breakout of the trading range. We let the market give us our market direction. We're not trying to guess direction, but once the market gives us to us, we go in and we get aggressive and we make the money on the move. So what do I personally need? I've seen people say that they would maybe possibly look back and if they can get that pullback to the low to buy there, but you may not get that. You may not. That could be a great plan, and if the low holds, then you can make money. If the low doesn't hold, you're still going to lose money. For me, I want to see momentum come into the stock. Once again, if I'm trading it for an intraday move, and that's all I'm worried about is just an intraday move, just a quick trade, 15, 20, 30 minutes, grab some trend, put some money in the pocket, less time. What I do is less time in the markets, but we're making more money with less time in the markets. While everybody else is sitting in the markets with all the stress, I am teaching people to put less time, spend less time into the markets and how to make more money with it. Minutes on some days, pulling out thousands of dollars, and minutes on some days. All right, so we got a flag here. On my 5, 10, 15-minute time frame, you got to pick your level of confirmation depending on how long, the period of your trade. If you're looking for a swing trade out of this, then wait for a candle to take that out, a daily candle to close, and you prefer it close up there. You can start a trader can come in and buy it from there. For me, just the type of trader that I am, just looking for a quick trade, I would draw this line out on the daily. On your 5-minute chart, you get that 5-minute confirmation over that line. You let your 9 catch up on your 5-minute chart, and then look for an entry there for a move up. Watch your range high on the way up. Got to clear this level on the way up for a move up into that 200. And the reason why I'm picking the 200 because it's right there at the top of the trading range. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal to get a move up. I know people automatically always thinking to go short because it's on the way up, but it's stop it. CCJ, we talked about this possible M pattern last week here, and we did break to the downside. Little matching candles here with a move higher. Very at 9 and 20 trying to come down. Just kind of see anytime I see these two candles or candles trading like a contraction pattern, even though it's just a set of matching candles, didn't really get the third candle, and it did gap up and get pushed back down into it. I don't know. I just want it out of the range of this whole range. I'll take it below. Look for a short trade down there below that 50. Look for something long above that 9. I think that's a no-go right now until we get a better setup. CCL, they did come out and report earnings. You can see that this is another one they bought back up off the 9. You can see your goose head going up there. You can see the goose head setting up here. I still think this chart has more into it. The earnings probably sucked. I didn't look at it, but they did come out and I posted some stuff on Friday in a couple of different groups for the CEO was out talking some pretty good news on CNBC. It sounded like CENX. This is a aluminum stock. What a great move up here. Little shooting starish up there. Still in the BBs. If anything, I would look for a move back down to the 9 to go higher. It probably won't even come back into the 9s. A lot of strength there. Coin trying to go higher there. This is exactly what we're expecting. I mean, we put a price target on this of 195. We were watching the 160 and then the 194.44. That's where our price target is. Still got 20 bucks. It could pull back a little bit before going there. And I think if we get there, we're definitely going to reevaluate it because it wants to go higher. Cost flag break here. Looking for an H-buy pattern type move. A range high target from here. I'm not looking for me personally. You can hold to go through that. For me, it's a trade up to that area, lock in the profits. Because I'm going to go back in with a whole new strike when I clear that area. because I don't want to be sitting, $9 in the money. So I would be looking. So for me, it's a trade up to that area. Look for a new strike and a new setup. When we get up above that, it's going to look like an H-buy pattern. Look for a H-buy pattern confirmation before going higher. A CB Carvana. This one did big down day on Friday, tried to gap up and got rejected. It's definitely been a decent mover since we put it on the list, showing some weakness the last few days, taking a break. Communication sector, low close candle there, but chart still looks great on the weekly. Let's go back. No, I'm sorry, that was the daily chart, still looks great. XLP, this is the daily chart here as well. I like all this better when we get up above that range high. I don't like that 200 there. I just want to get back up above that range high. Nice move off the lows there, though. Delta Airlines, not crazy about this. Just need to reclaim this 9, or we're going to see a character change in that chart. Disney, lower high. Disney, had this great run up, but this is just not what they're coming after right now. Could definitely keep an eye on it, but it's just not really the favorable thing. Just like DraftKings, got this little teeny inverted head and shoulders that is just not working. We did break out, coming back retest, so see if we can get the rejection for a move lower there. It's struggling. It did get a confirmation of the breakout. We just got to take out the confirmation candle. Below that confirmation candle, we're looking for a move down. ExxonMobil, you got the 9 coming up. This could go either way. GME flagging back in. We did open up below that 9 and push back up on Friday. Watching that for a flag play. It's got to be above that line to go bullish. Google going higher. The Bollinger Bands are opening up there. Nice move higher there. Google intraday very tight on Friday. Intel, nice close here. A little contraction pattern, higher close candle, trying to go higher. IWM, this is the 15-minute time frame. You can see that big push it opened, then we chopped around, had a big pull. Not the best action there, but we give some good moves to trade. This is the 15-minute time frame. If we looked in the smaller time frame, you could see some really nice trends in there in the 5 and the 1. When we got them, it was a lot of chop, but when we got some really nice moves, and that's what it is. You have to be there. It's so much like hunting. Trading is so much, not that I do any hunting anymore, but it's so much like hunting. You can sit there all day, nothing never show up. You can sit there all day, your deer finally comes out, and then you may not even be able to pull the trigger at first, because obviously you may need a deer to give you a better angle for a better shot. And it's just like trading. It really is. QQQ, like it better when we get that high close. We get a candle to take out that high. Band still look great there. Still look, chart looks like it wants to go higher. Q's intraday, pretty tough ride there. Q's monthly, nice, very nice move up there. My charts, we got to get them reset. Some of those charts, looking at those all-time highs are just not right. Jets, this chart put in a nice base here. You could draw a line there, get a little ascending triangle out of it, but it's a nice looking traction pattern type base. Looking for a higher close candle off that 9 to go higher. JP Morgan, we did gap up out, and it did close. Technically, that is a flag break. That candle did close outside of the line. Keep an eye on the banks. KRE, we talked about this last week. This is just looking at I'm not a small bank guy. If I'm going to trade the banks, I would definitely be trading the larger banks over the smaller banks. But that's just me. There's a liquidity difference there, and that means a lot to me to have that liquidity into the market. And also, strikes, IV, it's kind of like a big supply and demand thing. When people are buying that strike, they can move a lot better. And so for me, it's just a liquidity thing. But we got that W pattern confirmation, and all the banks look like that. Lulu. Higher close candle here, gap back down to the 9 and push back up. Like it better when we clear that area. Those bands look like they're trying to come in. RSI is still plenty hot up there. Macy's pull back to the 9, holding the 9. McDonald's, that chart doesn't look bad either. Just need to start seeing some higher closing candles on it. Meta looks good up here. Friday's candle. Low close candle, may want to come back in to flag off that daily 9. Wouldn't look for too much more of a dip than that, if we even get that. All right, Microsoft got this nice cup. Still hanging out, having a hard time showing some strength off here. We are back above this 9. This does look like a little W pattern. I like this better when we clear this candle line up here for a move up to this range high, but got to get above that candle line for the type of move I'm looking for. Microsoft intraday, pretty tight on Friday. Microsoft weekly looks great. Bull flag break. I even added the little thumbnail here so to get a better look. You can see bull flags trying to turn into an H5 pattern. You can see your bull flag break. Just starting to look like an H5 pattern. And looking at it this way, you can see that's very bullish. Look at your pin bar and your wicks. There's 3 green candles there, so it's hard to say a morning stars type pattern, but very, very bullish look there. Definitely looks like it wants to go higher. NVIDIA, this little cup. So we talked about this. Put in this little cup. You see a little cup like that. We were expecting to see a handle being put in. A handle is nothing more than a higher low before going higher. So NVIDIA doing exactly what we were expecting, 100% there. NVIDIA moved down on Friday. NVIDIA weekly, you can see the little cup here as well. So pulling back, watch your weekly 9. Respected that nicely. The NASDAQ trying to get up there, still not all-time highs yet, trying. Netflix looks great up here, flagging back in. This is the daily travel and vacation, basically your travel and leisure vacation ETF. Still looks great. I like it better when we get a close above that higher candle, the highest candle there for a move higher. Coming into some heavy volume profile up there. Path chart still doesn't look bad. Still the 9 still closed above. Just feels like we need to come in a little bit and then go higher, kind of roll it over for the goose head. PTEN chart heading higher. We did bounce off that support. Looks like drowning goose. Looks like it wants to go lower. QQQ. We're not even going to discuss those because we don't have the right. Just not the highs. The all-time highs are not right. I think it's an adjustment issue that they may be pulling the dividends and gaps out of those daily charts or something like that. Not sure what's going on there, but they are not right. And I keep forgetting about it until I do the video. So SPX, you can see pushing all-time highs. It's going to be unbelievable if we don't go up there just for nothing, for any other reason than I make a ton of money, guys. For my Discord knows, I say this all the time, price has memory, and that makes me a ton of money just because price has memory. It's going to feel pretty stupid if we don't wick up there, at least touch that line before pulling back. Price has memory. I think we're going higher, but it doesn't mean we're going higher on Tuesday. Doesn't mean we're going higher on January 1st. So when I say we're going higher, I don't mean it automatically. It's got to go higher, but I do feel like we're on the cusp of a huge move in this market, and this is why I've been so. I actually warned my Discord, that I was going to be tightening up on them. I was going to be posting some things that just kind of get them ready that they may not be super comfortable with, but we're spitting straight facts. Just a lot of motivational stuff, guys. We know the setups. There's a lot of head games that we play. And I don't want anybody to miss out on a raging market. Either direction doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with direction. When I say a strong market that is making good moves, the way we trade, we're not looking. There's going to be a few short trades and with some long trades. So it's not even about a directional thing with us. It's about getting the head right so we can completely take advantage of those moves. Remember, dogs do bite, and if you've ever been bit by a dog, we can remember that, and that can affect us. But most of us have been able to find plenty of other dogs that didn't bite, and we're super friendly. Some of those bull flags bite, but some don't. Some pay very well. So we can't let the mistakes that have happened to us before in the market affect our future. So SMH, this is the semiconductors, looks great up there. Inside week last week, letting some moving averages catch up, all-time highs. I mean, looks great. Diamond looking, it's actually a flag break. I'd like to see one more candle close over that, but that's actually closed over. SPY, nice move up there, but it's showing all-time highs, so we can't talk about it. SPY intraday, you can see the downtrend there. Squares gearing up. Can it push again off the 9? This one keeps trucking higher, just keeps pushing. Moving averages still look great. I still think around up in this area, it would be nice to get the roll over and do a little goose head before going higher, but it doesn't have to do that yet. It can continue. I mean, all-time highs, pretty much not, I'm sorry, not all-time highs. This range high here is the target, so we still haven't even quite hit the target yet. Tesla, ugly move down on Friday. Let's go look at this chart. Not quite yet. Taiwan Semi got another flag break. So your flag line right there, pull back, come right back, took it out. 9's heading higher. I would watch your range high on the way up. Chart looks like it wants to go higher. XLK, that one looks great there as well. Looks great on that monthly. Tesla. Thursday's candle is a nice looking candle. 9's turning up. If I had to guess, range high target, see if we can get up there. May not want to go exactly on Tuesday, but I do think that chart's got at least a move up to that range high. And Tesla, this is Tesla daily. Can't wait to see a candle close above, but nice breakout of this wedge here, letting the 9 catch up, come back, testing your short-term moving average, working its way higher. Chart looks great. Like it better when it takes out that highest candle right there. Above that, we should start moving for a range high target. Uber, still very, very tight price action. I still think this one feels like it wants to make a big move. You can see it's hanging out, letting this 9 roll over. It does not, when I say this, it doesn't mean it has to go up, but just as well as this chart is held in with when all that volume hit it, and because it went into the S&P 500, held in well, I feel like there's probably a move coming in that chart, in that name. Walmart, high close candle trying to push higher, 9 turning up, MACD looks great. RSI, not such a big deal to me at all, but it's heating up as well. So we got Walmart with a high close candle watching this range high. You can see this little shoulder. You can see this little head. So I would not be surprised if we push up to this area, then pull back to put in an armpit before going higher and giving us a little inverted head and shoulders there. And it does not have to do that. I'd like to see it just go straight up. Let's go in, smash that gap, and let's go. But it may not be ready to do that. XLE, not much happening there. XLF still looks great. Once again, like it better when we close over that range high. XRT, this is the retail ETF, still looks great. Got this nice cup breakout. They've been a great run up into the Christmas holidays. So we're going to back up off of them a little bit to see how they act going into the new year. Christmas returns, things like that. We could be hearing some things coming out after Christmas about we just need to be careful for a few days, kind of let them see what they want to do after Christmas. Remember, the economy, we're going to be hearing stuff. The economy does famously slow down just a little bit going into the new year after Christmas. People just spend a whole lot of money. Things do tend to slow down, and we do always have that. It's not a super huge big deal. You're not going to hear people talking about this, but we do have, the tax season. People getting back their tax money, that can also help hold the economy. I'm not saying it's going to move the world, but little things like that do help hold the economy up. Just saying, because a lot of people are expecting this economy to automatically deteriorate just because it's the new year. Guys, this market's set for a huge move. Please get on the right side of it. Zscaler flagging. TLT chart's been great up here, coming back, flagging back in, testing the 9, see how we act. IWM on the thumbnail, breaking out of this 15-week or 15-month, 13-month base, something like that. High close candles, exactly what we were talking about. Got to take this range out. We take this range out. We are looking to go higher with the small caps. The daily looks great there. Nice high close candle there. Does look like we do want to continue higher. Well, more than anything, please spend the time with your family. Please enjoy this time. Family is the reason why we do this. Family is the reason why That's why we push so hard to make ourselves better, to be better people and being a better person. I know this sounds crazy. One of the things I want to talk to you about if you come join my group, I want to talk to you about your road rage. And I know that may not make any sense when it comes to your trading, but being a better person, taking care of them anger issues is really important in your decision making process when it comes to trading. So like I say, we do things a little differently here. Um, Either way, family time, family time. Remember, discipline's the key to your success in trading. Family time. Have a great Christmas. Happy holidays. See everybody on Tuesday.